Memphis Bleek and Dame Dash may not be on the best of terms anymore after Bleek's recent Drink Champs interview. Bleek spoke about the argument him and Dame had that almost led to them throwing hands. It didn't take long for Dame to hear about this, and now he's claiming that it didn't exactly go down like that. Dame also spoke about why Bleek's career didn't take off because of Jay-Z. Here's what Dame Dash had to say on the CEO show.
Like, again, even with Memphis Bleek, he's on Nori's show, and he's giving me the props I deserve. And again, he's my brother, but sometimes his recollection of the memory, I don't remember what he remembers. So, like, when he was saying that he had a conversation with me, and I was like, oh, it's going to work out, and change clothes, and he was like, nah, it's over. You know, that kind of conversation never really happened between me and him. And at that point, the relationship was over. I was only going to change clothes to that video. And if you see it, I promoted Armadale. I promoted America Magazine. You know, me and Pharrell, you know, had a snap fight. And I was out. And, like, my only conversations with Bleek that I remember as far as, you know, he says we used to argue a lot. It was because I was always worried about his future. So the fact that he was always on Jay's show and never had his own, to me, I was like, yo, your future's going to be that they're going to remember you for songs that you did before. I wanted him to stay relevant and be able to survive without being with Jay. And he always argued with me about that. And I'd be like, bro, you always on his show as a hype man. Why don't you do your own show and then open up for him and then come out? Like, you got to do your own thing. Or else, you know, 10, 20 years later, you're not going to have a record out. You're going to be, you know, you're not going to be doing what you love to do. You're going to retire at a really young age. And I felt like that kind of happened.
Yeah, why do you think those conversations became more so arguments and not so much a mentorship conversation or a partnership conversation where one person is inspiring the other? Do you think that your approach has anything to do with that?
Possibly, but that was like an algorithm. Like, sometimes I might say something a certain way, and you know, honestly, I was trying to help him, so it didn't bother me either way.
So but you believe that because your intentions were pure? Okay.
What I'm saying is sometimes I might say something, and because someone reacts a certain way, especially that time in my life, it would trigger maybe me to react a certain way. But again, like, I was having a conversation with Tajay today, and it was like an emotional conversation, but the context of what I was saying wasn't anything that was going to hurt him.
Memphis Bleek did have a lot more potential, and I do think Dame Dash was just trying to help him. However, we got to remember that Bleek is from the streets, so a certain tone and delivery may come across the wrong way to him. Unfortunately, for Dame, that way of doing business may have also led to Jay-Z turning his back on him as well. Click the video on the screen right now to hear why Jay-Z still refuses to have a conversation with Dame Dash even after all these years. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace.